Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. There is one question which most Kenyans have been asking. Can Raila Odinga win the presidency of the Republic of Kenya in the upcoming general election without the support of Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka? That's one question which most Kenyans have been asking. Because for those who believe in Raila Odinga, they strongly believe that Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is actually derailing his bid for the presidency. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is one of the leaders within the One Kenya Alliance movement. And for those who follow politics, it took a lot of persuasion for Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka to agree to support Raila Odinga. But Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka has been coming up each and every single day with new demands. And I've been observing the development within the Azimio la Umoja movement. It is clear that Raila Odinga might not really appoint Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka as his running mate. But Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka has been putting demands and sending his allies to insist that Raila Odinga must appoint him as the running mate, because Kalonzo Musyoka believes that he has the numbers. He also believes that he's experienced. He also believes that he was Raila Odinga's running mate in the last election, and that those elections were actually stolen and they won, and therefore that team should be kept. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka also believes that One Kenya Alliance leadership has identified him as Raila Odinga's legitimate running mate. But Raila Odinga, on the other side, is considering someone from the larger Mount Kenya region. I want you guys to listen to Dan Manzo, who is a close ally of Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, putting these demands.
In the matter of the Deputy President, we have seen proposals from Central Kenya. The question is, how many votes are they going to bring on board? Our position as a Wiper party is that Deputy President should be from our party or from Oka coalition, and should be one, the Honorable Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. In the moment that does not happen, we've already started to sensitize our followers that we shall only vote for the presidential candidate of Azimio Oka if our party leader appears in the ballot paper or on the ballot paper. At the moment that doesn't happen, our voters should be aware. The moment they do not see him as the Deputy President, then we are saying no Kalonzo, no Raila. And therefore, the reason we are going to be voting for Azimio Oka is if our interest, the Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka, is on the ballot paper. The moment he is not, then we are saying as a community, no Kalonzo, no Raila. And the only way our people will vote for that ballot is if our own appears there. The moment it doesn't, the best thing is to skip that particular ballot and vote for the senator, the governor, the MP, the MCA, but not vote for the presidential candidate.
So according to Dan Manzo, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka must be Raila Odinga's running mate. If he can't be Raila Odinga's running mate, then the Kamba nation will not vote for Raila Amolo Odinga. And yesterday something very interesting happened. And that is the subject of this video. Charity Ngilu led the Azimio Women League in pushing for Martha Karua. If you understand politics and you've been following this channel, then you should have realized that in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. Everything is normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve a specific political objective. I tend to believe that Charity Kaliku Ngilu was actually sent by none other than Raila Amolo Odinga to deliver a message to Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka that the running mate for Raila Amolo Odinga in this upcoming election will be none other than Martha Karua. So I can conveniently say here, with the probability of 98%, that Martha Karua is going to be Raila Odinga's running mate. And I want to go to Mutai Ngunyi's tweet. He's making some interesting tweet also here. Mutai Ngunyi is saying, the verdict is out. It is Martha Karua as Raila Odinga's running mate. I said it in June 2021, and what I saw then has not changed. She is the one. End of discussion. Thanks to my big sister, Mama Ngilu. Actually also quoting Ngilu. So that's why I strongly believe that Charity Ngilu's statement and the group were actually intended to send a message to Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. I want you guys to listen to Charity Ngilu very briefly before we go into other details.
We are saying that it is possible that we'll be having the top leadership of Azimio consider and understand the Constitution of Kenya that calls for 50-50, and therefore as a new leader is going to be appointed by our fifth, our presidential candidate, they will be considering a woman to be a running mate.
We are not demanding, we're just asking our candidate to refer to that article and be generous and kind enough.
According to the Azimio Women League membership, one person fits the bill and ticks all the boxes.
Martha Karua, Deputy President, Azimio. We do not know why it's rocket science. We do not see how you cannot see the value of Martha. And one of the values of Martha is, of course, she's a national figure. She has vied for presidency. Martha has been a minister, she knows how to run government, and Martha's record speaks for itself. She's a committed woman, she's known for integrity, and she's known for her resoluteness, and we think that she would add not only to Azimio, but to this country as a deputy president. We are now also in the negotiation space for Martha Karua, irrespective of which political party we come from.
That over 4 million women are supporting His Excellency, incoming President Raila Amolo Odinga. And with that, we are then saying, surely, with 52% on the table, it is not asking for too much to say the second in command should be a woman of Kenya.
No, that's Charity Ngilu and the Women League. So in this video, I want us to look at the statement by that Women League and try to understand what they were trying to communicate. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, I want you guys to take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue. Thank you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is now. Let us get back to the main issue. What message was Raila Amolo Odinga trying to send to Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka through that Azimio Women League? Remember, last week, President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Amolo Odinga were reported to have formed a team and mandated that team to identify a running mate for Raila Amolo Odinga. And that team was supposed to report back. That team had a time frame. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka dismissed that team. And he was quoted publicly dismissing that team. So which means Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka believes that he must be the running mate. If you listened to what Dan Manzo was stating, Dan Manzo was very clear that Kalonzo must be the running mate or One Kenya Alliance. And Martha Karua is actually one of the One Kenya Alliance leaders. So what message was Ngilu group trying to send? In my view, the first message they were telling Kalonzo Musyoka is that as far as Azimio la Umoja movement is concerned, anybody can become a running mate, and that we have an alternative. That we should not continue holding as ransom over the issue of the running mate. So I think the fact that there is Martha Karua, and they were very specific that Martha Karua is the alternative. So I tend to think that if Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is strategic enough, then he can negotiate for something else, because already he's been cornered. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is currently part and parcel of Azimio la Umoja movement. He joined voluntarily, and he also joined through Jubilee, which means he cannot make those demands to Raila Odinga. He can only make those demands through Jubilee. Unless I'm wrong, because also there's a lot of confusion on the matter of political parties bill, how coalitions are supposed to relate. But I tend to think that he entered Azimio through Jubilee. So he's being told that there's an alternative, and that alternative is none other than Martha Karua. So let me just put it bluntly. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, based on Charity Ngilu's statement and the group, Raila Odinga and President Uhuru Kenyatta have actually settled on Martha Karua as a running mate. So the best thing you can do is either heed to what Dan Manzo was telling you, look for ask your supporters, maybe not to support Raila Odinga, but that's the reality. But I would advise you to identify something, either the Speaker of the National Assembly or the Speaker of the Senate. That would give you a good platform to jumpstart your career post Raila Odinga. Because the truth of the matter is that this election, I don't think it's for you. Number two, the second message this group is sending, if I got them right, is that they're also telling Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka that Wiper is not the only political party within Azimio. The group comprised of around 22 or 23 political parties. So it means all the parties forming Azimio, their women leaders converged. The only party missing at that event was Wiper. So basically, they're telling Wiper that other parties are already in agreement. It's only your party. So you have to make a decision. And the time for making that decision is now. So in my view, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, I don't know how he's going to deal with it, but that is the message. Number three, these women are also telling Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka that Raila Odinga will decide who becomes his running mate. Because it's like since joining Azimio, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is insisting that he must be the running mate. So which means Raila Odinga will not have option but him, if that were to happen. But they're politely reminding Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka that Raila Odinga as the presidential candidate, and they are referring to him as the fifth, will decide who becomes his running mate. And lastly, I think Raila Odinga is also telling Kalonzo through this that he's now ready to hit the ground running. So it's now upon Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka to decide to join Raila Odinga in the Azimio la Umoja, either as a running mate or in other capacity, or not. So basically, the women were telling Kalonzo that Raila Odinga is now ready. I want to ask you a question again. Do you think Raila Odinga can become the next president of the Republic of Kenya without the Kamba votes? Because the Kamba votes are actually in the pocket, majority of them, in the pocket of Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Can Raila Odinga win the presidency without Kamba votes? Let us vote yes or no. If no, justify. If yes, justify. Remember, Raila Odinga also suffered the departure of Musalia Mudavadi and those of Weta, but I think those are inconsequential. Thank you guys, and please may you have a good day. Bye-bye.